Make sure of one thing. All right. What's up, guys? What's up, Landon? Wow, you're in here already. Dang. I didn't even get to my intro yet, and you're already in here. But what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 23 stream here on Twitch. I'm next ShakyGen24, and today I'm picking up where I left off with the Wildcard Series program. So if you guys weren't here yesterday, what we ended up doing was getting the conquest map done. So we have the conquest map done. There's nothing else. There's nothing left in that map for us to do. There are, however, some missions that we need to complete. We need to get saves with the Minnesota Twins. We need to get on base with the Milwaukee Brewers. And we need some innings pitched with the Miami Marlins. So you might be wondering, how are we going to do this? Well, as you will see, there is a mini-seasons postseason voucher, or there is a mini-seasons for the 2023 postseason that is available. Oh, and also we got several more players. I think we got up to here. When we started the stream yesterday, we were here at Paul Sewald. So we got the pennant chase pack, Tyrone Taylor, Kevin Ginkel, Kevin Kiermaier, Zach Little, and Alec Thomas. So all that's left is to get these 99s that are now that are here, which is Adames, Carter, Montgomery, Stott, and Royce Lewis. So let's head right into the postseason. Oh, by the way, guys, I did complete this, so I do have Carlos Pena on my team. He is in my team. He is locked in. Oh, that actually reminds me. Hold on one second, and then I'll get... Whoops. No, that's not what I meant. This is what I meant to do. I am 5 away from that Chase Season 4-pack. That would be great if I got that. So, but with that aside, let's get right into it. Where is postseason? There it is. Also, if you complete the postseason, or the postseason mini seasons, you get a 99 overall AJ Pollock. Hold on, we're gonna do this roster because I don't trust that I don't trust that they built up my lineup correctly. Alright, so as you can see, there are no Brewers players. Of course there aren't. But the good news is that we can actually use all the sets that are available to us. So I'm going to go ahead and filter by team. There we go. So I could use Greg Vaughn, even though he's from set 2. And I'm 9 games away from finishing mini seasons. All right, man, you know what to do. You gotta go get it. And I could also use Sal Frelick for season from set 2 as well. We're definitely using Tyrone Taylor. We could use Rowdy Tellez, his set 1 card, or we could use Prince Fielder. Who's better at fielding? Oh, why even bother asking that question? We'll go fielder, and then we'll have Tellez DH, but we can also use Robin Yount, Paul Molitor, Contreras, and we'll do Tellez there, Urias, Perkins, Monasterio, and Garrett Mitchell. All right, very good. Now, obviously, for starters, we are not going with the Brewers. we have to go instead with not the Phillies. Obviously, these are limiting us to the playoff team, so Mobile Meyer. We'll keep Dontrell Willis in there. Johnny Cueto, Pablo Lopez, and is this Yuri? Ugh. I think I'd rather have Braxton Garrett. Yeah, I'll go with Braxton. Actually, let's do Jesus. Let's do Jesus since he's 96 overall. And of course, for this we need twins. Hold on. Oh, too far. But I will keep these guys in here. And now we need twins. Come on. Where? Oh, too far. All right. Yeah, this is a pain in the ass. Sorry. See, I told you. Johan Duran. We can have Jordan Balazovic. And we'll have Hedrick too. All right, so that should be good. Obviously, we need to figure out like who's gonna be where. You know what? I think I'll switch Yelich and Yount and put them at the bottom. There we go. That should be... Wait. Oh, okay. For a minute there, I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. How does Paul Molitor... Is it Paul Molitor in here twice? And it's not. It's Robin Yount and Paul Molitor. But now we have our lineup set. Hold on, let me make sure. Alright, let's do it. So let's see, how do we get these vouchers? We need to win 3 mini-seasons We need to win 3 mini-seasons in order to get the... or 3 games to win to get the mini voucher pack. Seems simple enough. We obviously do that 5 times, which means 15 games, and then we have it. Let's see. There's also others here that I'm not really interested in. Like they're all packs, but I don't need packs. Tally 10 home runs. Although I would go for that. The Diamond Duos Choice Pack 36. I would go for that. Home runs, but oh, okay, icons. Okay, I don't care. And then, of course, here's AJ Pollock. Unfortunately, you cannot see his stats, unfortunately, but there he is. And I don't know what these bundles are, so I guess we're just gonna have to advance to the World Series and find out. All right, let's do this. First game. We're gonna start with Dontrell Willis. Alright, looks like they're throwing Sandy Alcantara against me. I don't think I ever got Alcantara. Well, no, obviously I didn't. Otherwise he would have been in my... Otherwise he'd be in my lineup.
No, he's in there.
Just remember, I need to make sure that I get on base at least 5 more times in order to complete the mission. Once that's done, then I'm gonna rebuild this team.
That's a ball.
I believe it's 1-1, right? Yeah. Yeah, 89 speed, not worried. So all we just need to do is get those mini seasons vouchers. We get those, not to mention all the missions that we complete in the process, and we're done. I did see that the Phillies beat the Diamondbacks yesterday. Look, I mean, Arizona had to know it was going to be tough to go from, or to take on the Phillies. It's not, look, again, I'm not rooting for the Phillies here. I'm actually rooting for the Diamondbacks. For a couple reasons. One, obviously, as a Mets fan, I have an obligation not to root for the Phillies. Hence why in the last round, I was very neutral. Alright? So that's reason number one. Number two, look at what the D-backs have been through the last 10 years. You know, I grew up watching guys like Brandon Webb and Luis Gonzalez and Randy Johnson lead that team. And it was an awesome team. And then you look at one point they have Paul Goldschmidt, and then just traded away their entire team. You know? So this is a team that has been out of the postseason for a long time. And as a Mets fan, I can relate to that. I can. Alright? So I'm happy to see that the Diamondbacks are really... with a young core, too. That's the other thing. That's reason number 3. This team is a young team. You know, in baseball, everyone always marvels at all the superstars being on the same team at once. You know, Ohtani and Trout being on the Angels. Or Judge and Garrett Cole on the Yankees. Or, you know, Acuna, Strider... and all those guys on the Braves. But to me, I always appreciate a team that actually builds up its team like the Arizona Diamondbacks have. Look at Corbin Carroll, look at Alec Thomas, look at Gabriel Moreno. These guys are the future of this sport. And I can appreciate the fact that the Diamondbacks took their time and not rushed their development in order to get to where they are right now. So as a baseball fan, that's what I gravitate more towards. The teams that actually take the time to be able to build up their teams with the guys that they have in their farm system, rather than go out there and try to get free agency. Now, of course, I've always said you need a mix. You need a mix of these guys. It can't just be all rookies. Like, obviously you need guys who are stars that are part of the team, but I mean, you can't just win with a bunch of superstars either. You need to be able to have a balance between the two. I think that's where the Braves have had success. As much as I hate to admit it, but think about it. At one point, when they won the World Series, it wasn't just the fact that they had Freeman and Acuna on their team, although Acuna was out at the time. It was more than that, okay? They went out at the trade deadline. They got Eddie Rosario. They got, who was it? Who else was it? It wasn't Soler. It was someone else. I'm forgetting. They got Rosario, and then they had, why am I blanking? I'm blanking so badly on this. Hold on. Braves 2021 trade. Whoa, what the hell? So, I mentioned Eddie Rosario, and I think he's still there. Jock Peterson, of course. Jock Peterson, Eddie Rosario. Like, they went out and they traded for these guys. Of course, ironically, they also gave away Jorge Soler to, they also traded away Jorge Soler. Or no, wait, they did get Jorge Soler. Okay, so Jorge Soler, Jock Peterson, Eddie Rosario, and Adam Duvall. They made it, those were 4 key guys that were instrumental to leading the Braves to their World Series run. Which proves the point that it has to be a mix. Now, how you do it, that's totally up to the teams. But you can't just have a young core of guys leading the way. You need a mix. So, while as a Mets fan, I can never root on the Braves, you know, and I will never root on the Phillies either. In fact, I don't think I'll ever root on any team in the NL East going for the playoffs. I will say that the Atlanta Braves did it right. And look at, you know, obviously this year was a bad example, but just think about if that team had beaten the Phillies. We'd be talking about how amazing that trade for Sean Murphy and Matt Olson were. We'd be talking about that. Olson and Murphy had the best seasons of their careers this past season. It wasn't just good for them, it was good for the Braves. So, again, those are the type of teams you want to build, minus the postseason exit. What's up, O-Town? How are ya?
The center fielder, number 27, Sal Fraley.
Hope you don't mind me. We're just, we're just doing mini seasons, and I'm just doing I'm just trying to finish up some of the stats in order to get this mission done. Got 6 interviews. Oh, there we go. 90 speed is going to get me. Whoops. Sorry. I was looking for this in my back scratcher. Of course, I think it would help if it were the right way.
Your attention, please. Now, AJ.
Why Panera, though? Why not, like, at their schools or in their homes? Is there some kind of rule against that?
Now designated hitter.
A lot of schools don't let us. Gotcha. That's odd, because when I was at Only visits to schools. Oh, I see. Okay, because I was about to say, I've had plenty. I've attended like these. I've attended, a lot of when I was in high school, a lot of conferences that the colleges had at my school promoting their school. In fact, one of the ones that I went to was for Rowan University. Of course, Rowan, I never ended up picking Rowan, obviously, but that's because they didn't offer me a scholarship. They were like, "Yeah, sorry, we can't." Well, okay, then I'm not picking your school because I do not want to go. I do not want to pay thousands of dollars to attend your school. They don't want kids leaving class all day. I get that. I get that. Usually it's probably better that they leave during gym class or whatever. And I'm sure a lot of kids would prefer to leave during that time anyway. Strike 3, sit down. Keep it going, Dontrell. Yes, I know Dontrell Willis is getting tired, but he's got to... Uh-oh. Okay. Well, the save is back in play, so... We're going to get Brazoban up and warming, just in case Willis can't go any further. Apparently, I had a little too much confidence in Dontrell Willis. I should have had a backup just in case. Ah, well. But dang, man, 6 interviews. Are they all from the same school? Strike 3, sit down, or are they? Or is it different? Or are they from different schools?
Ladies and
Should
gentlemen,
know.
your attention please.
All right, well, we gotta get Brock up and warming. Get this save. Although we may not even need the save. That's always possible. Oh, I definitely got the stat mission done, which is good. That means I should get the. It means I should get the some extra progress in the Wildcard Series program. Probably the pennant chase packs I think are next, and then after that it's all just 99 overall. So that's going to be awesome. Attaboy, Robin. Yeah, I just, with the whole college thing, it ultimately came down to, for me, Caldwell University or, well, at the time it was Caldwell College, but they pretty much went to a university the year that I started college, so 2014. It like that school, they gave me $20,000 scholarship, and I got it was so close to home too. Like I wouldn't have even had to leave home. I would have had to just commute every day, and that was no problem for me. Plus, I wouldn't have had to relinquish my job either. But, I mean, I got my job back anyway when I came home for the holidays. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, could have probably kept it throughout the year and made even more money. But whatever. Live and learn. You know. Listen, I don't regret my time at I don't regret picking Hofstra. Like, picking Hofstra has enabled me to be exactly where I am. You know, I got to be a country music show producer. I got to have 2 internships at my media organization that now I'm a writer / associate producer for. And not only that, I got to work on a lot of sports broadcasts. I got to call Long Island Ducks games.
0-1.
You know, so I don't regret my time at all for Hofstra. I regret that maybe, okay, I mostly don't regret my time at Hofstra. The only thing I do regret is that I didn't make the most of my opportunities. Like, if I had learned what I know now, I feel like I would have made a much bigger impact than I did. You know? But, I mean, you're young. During that time, you're young. You're, you really don't know any better.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
You're still developing. You're just trying to enjoy the experience and everything. So, I mean, you're just young and reckless. That's all.
That's a ball.
Young and reckless. But that's part of the experience. That's part of it.
Ball, that's inside. Two balls, 1 strike.
And the loans killed me, and I was forced to, be home for a lot of my young adult life. But I mean, look, I probably was going to end up that way anyway. Or I don't know what would have happened if I had gone to Caldwell University. I really don't. I like to think that I could have ended up in the same place. Like, I could have ended up at my media organization, since one of my coworkers actually did go to Caldwell University, and he ended up exactly where I was. In fact, he has actually gone on better. He's a producer now in our media organization. Although it's separate from what I do. It's separate, but I mean, he's a producer now, which, I mean, good for him, really. Hold on 1 second. I just want to see, because I thought I made more progress. Son of a gun. Alright, so they extended it because they didn't want to make it easy, or they had to make it 100. Even though I got 5, or even though I completed 2 stat missions. Gosh, that sucks. Even though I completed 2 stat missions, they extended the gap between 70. They extended the gap to 10 between 70 and 80. So, unfortunately, I have to do more stats. Let's see. But now the Brewers and the Marlins are done, so I don't need to worry about them. And the only pitching thing left is the Minnesota Twins. So it's really just a matter of getting. Let's see. I guess I would do the Phillies next. Just build a team of the Phillies. Yeah, let's do the Phillies next. That way I could get them done. But obviously I have to manage my squad here. So, I mean, that's the answer right there. Kyle Schwarber. Let's see. Any Philly center fielder. Oh God, don't make me use Richie Ashburn. Please don't. Let's see. I think Vierling was there, so I guess we'll use him. Or wait, wasn't there Brendan Marsh? You know what? I'd rather use Marsh. Give me Brendan Marsh. Alright, so right field, Castellanos. First base, Ryan Howard. Second base, oh God. Chase Utley. Ugh. Trey Turner, short. And third base, ooh. Ooh, okay, we could do Mike Schmidt. Alright, let's do Mike Schmidt. I need Mike. And then... Well, where's JT Realmuto? Where is he? Are you seriously telling me that JT Realmuto does not have a... Okay, he has that card. Alright, it works. Alright, so now I need a DH. Wait, what? Oh, he's Baltimore. Okay. I kind of forget that Machado was a Raven or an Oriole before he was a Padre, so... let's see. Phillies. Come on. Give me Phillies. Where are my Phillies? I can't believe I'm actually... I guess we could go Aiden Miller. I guess we could do that. Marlins. All right, too close. Definitely Reese, Richie, Raul, and I'm thinking Brad Miller. I don't know. Wait, who's my... Oh, yeah, Brandon Marsh. That's right. Kind of forgot about that. Alright, and now we're going to change this to be the Twins, if I can find them. Unfortunately, my screen is blocking. There we go. Okay, yeah, so I went too far. Here we go. Alright, so Sonny Gray, Joe Ryan, Bailey Ober, Pablo Lopez, and Burt Wyleven. Sorry. Now, the reason for them being in the lineup, pretty simple. I'm just keeping it Twins so that, you know, it's a reminder that, hey, you need to make sure that you get the saves with Brock Stewart or Johan Duran or any of these other guys. So, all right. Ian Miller's a power hitter, although he does have speed. Actually, I'm going to lead off with Trey Turner, and then I'll have Brendan Marsh hit behind him. Then we'll leave Castellanos. We'll have Ryan Howard hit cleanup. Ian Miller will be there. There we go. I actually like this. You know, this is a good... actually, do that. Yeah, we'll change that so that Realmuto hits bottom of the order. Okay, this works. Yep, this absolutely works. Let's do it. Sorry. Like I said, we need to win 3 games 5 times. So already we're off to a good start with the first one. And we also need to get extra base hits with Phillies hitters. So that's what we're going to focus on. And I don't know if I'll complete it or not. But if I do, then or I'm sorry, yeah, I should complete the Phillies thing. I'm just not sure if I complete the Diamondbacks mission, which is hit 10 home runs. Because that's a whole different ball game there. Come on, get over that wall. Yes, sir! Alright, there's our first extra base hit courtesy of Nick Castellanos. Lord, I hate myself for cheering for this. But this is what I gotta do for the Wildcard Series program. I gotta get extra base hits, so 1 down, 14 more to go.
That is it. The designated hitter. Number 16.
There we go. Oh, and I'll close out that that Braves article that I was looking up to make sure that I had it right. All right, Ian Miller with the home run. So now 2 down, 13 to go. Unfortunately, well, I don't know. Obviously, I need the saves with the Twins. Like, that's clear. And that's probably more achievable than the Phillies right now. Since I only need 3 more saves. And there we go. There's an extra base hit with Schwarber. Nice. I guess I should just focus on what's gonna get me closer to completing the program. And right now, that may very well be the extra base hits, but if it means that I have to focus on extra base hits over the save, then that's what I gotta do.
The first baseman, Louis.
First base.
And no, I did not intentionally hit him. I obviously mistimed the meter. Although I will say that windup is not exactly that great. It's a little slow for my liking. Uh-oh. Alright, get the out at second, or first.
Nope.
Oh, come on!
Ball inside.
Strike 3, sit down. Attaboy, Sonny Gray. So was it? It's the Rangers up 2-0 right now, and the Phillies up 1-0 in terms of the series. Uh-oh. Marsh, I hope you have an arm. Forget it. Okay. And then the Phillies and the Diamondbacks are playing tonight, correct? Oh boy. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want to have it wrong. You know. I mean, Texas looks very strong. The fact that they took 2 games against Houston in Houston, that's impressive. I mean, they are in a very good spot. They are. They basically forced Houston to take 2 games, against the. It's certainly looking that way. I mean, I'm not gonna discount what Arizona could do or what Houston could do, but I mean, the fact that Houston dropped 2 games at home in the playoffs, I think is rather concerning. I've been saying it. I think I've been saying it all year that this Houston team, they are not the same as they were a year ago. Something is different about this Houston team. I hope the Diamondbacks win, but I don't think they are. They're a little young. I wouldn't. I don't think they're going to do it either. But I mean, hey, I've been surprised before. I didn't think they would upset the Dodgers. They did. Oh, what a snag! Wow! Damn! I would be so heartbroken over that right now if it weren't for the fact that that was an amazing catch. That's okay. Trey Turner's going to make sure it goes over the wall this time. Damn. I mean, that sucks for JT, but at least we got the extra base hit with at least we got the extra base hit with the dang. At least we got the extra base hit with the extra base hit with Trey Turner. So wow. I could not speak there for like a minute. So, while it sucks that wasn't 2 home runs there, at least we got the 1. And that is clearly not an extra base hit. So let's get Joe Nathan in here. Say, Greg, thank you for your service. You've been a delight as always. But we need to make sure we get the twin save. See, now I can score as many runs as possible because I brought in Joe Nathan. I just needed to get through the first inning without creating a 4-run deficit in order to get the save. And since we're in the bottom of the second, now I can rely on Joe Nathan. Or if I don't score any runs in the next half inning, Brock Stewart to be able to close out the. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Or Brock Stewart to be able to close it out. But at the very least, we're gonna thank you. But at the very least, we're gonna get a twin save. Whether that's with Nathan or that's with Stewart, it doesn't really matter.
All ones the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll get Brock Stewart up and warming just to be on the safe side, but I think Joe Nathan is going to close this out.
Ball.
not an extra base hit. Doesn't work. Fortunately, Castellanos doesn't have a lot of speed, so it's not like I can steal with him either. Or he doesn't have a high steal rating. Oh, look at that! Ryan Howard with the home run. All right, maybe hitting home runs is a lot easier in mini seasons than I thought it would be, which is good because that'll help me with the Diamondbacks mission. That'll help me with the Diamondbacks mission for the Wildcard Series program. Get 10 home runs with them, and that's done. Then I can just do a mix of whoever I want. What's up, O-Town? You were in here earlier. We were talking. I was asking you why. Yeah. I was about to say, did you have a memory lapse or something? Oh, you just had an interview. Gotcha. Well, yeah, I don't want to take away from your your interviews, so you join in between? Okay. Wow, you've got a lot. Oh my gosh, that's throughout my entire stream. Oh my god. You sure you're going to be okay? You're going to be popping in and out. I mean, I don't care. You got to do what you got to do. I just don't want to take you away from your interviews or anything. But it's good they're at least not long. I'll say what's up every time, probably. That's fine. At least I know now. I always find time for next JG Jen's stream. I appreciate that, O-Town. Thank you. You were counting down the hours, huh? It's a must-see stream. An MSS.
First baseman, Louis.
Honestly, 15 games shouldn't take that long, and as long as I get these missions done, then I think we're golden. Strike 3, sit down. Arias, don't argue it. Don't argue. You knew that was a strike.
0-1.
Come on, get there, Howard. Get there. Ah, dang. Ryan Howard. There's a reason he's got bronze defense. Oops, my bad. I didn't even realize he was stealing. But truth be told, I probably wasn't going to throw him out anyway.
Oh, that's out.
And in all likelihood, I will probably need the 15. I will need the 5 vouchers in order to get the program done.
Nope.
Like, even if I complete all the stat missions and everything, which it's very likely that I will, it won't matter because that'll still leave me short. All right, attaboy, guys. Good win. Howard, Castellanos, Miller, Turner, they each had a home run. I know Schwarber had a double. Career tribute, where did that come from? Oh, Weekly Wonders, of course. Alright, so we got 5, which means we're a third of the way there. We also got the save with the Twins, so now we're 60%. We're at we only need 2 saves. Excuse me. This is good. This is very good. And then let's just see how things are going. Really? Rowdy Tellez had 2 home runs? Oh, no, that's from another team. But Odin Miller had 2 home runs? Wow. Joe Nathan with the save. They're saying Owen Miller would be the MVP. Interesting. Anyway. Oh, so while I'm working on the I completely forgot about this. While I'm working on trying to do the Phillies mission, I can also try to hit home. I can also try to complete this mission as well. Hold on. I need to see here for a minute. There's 1, 2, 3 missions left, which is 15. That will put me at 90. Yeah. So doing the mini seasons voucher will complete the program for me. But that doesn't mean I'll be done that doesn't mean I'll be done with the mini seasons. Like I still need to complete the mini seasons itself in order to get AJ Pollock. Ugh. Like I said, I don't care for the other goals that are part of the mini seasons. I really don't. I'm only more concerned about what I do for the missions with the program. Of course, I could just get to 85 and then just get the 15 vouchers and have it done that way. So you can do it that. So I don't even need to complete all the missions. I just need to. Get 2 of them done and then get the vouchers done, and then I'm good. I just love that mini seasons allows you to build up the team however you want. Like you can use cards from the previous set in order to help build up the mission. Like obviously some of the other ones, like the Team Affinity ones, they're going to limit you to the sets that are actually eligible for the team, for the requirement itself. But hey, at least for this one, they're allowing you to use all 4 sets. Not to mention Set 5 is coming out very soon, guys. We're only 16 days away from Set 5. I just wonder if we're going to get the World Series program. That might end up being Team Affinity 5.
All right. 0-1.
Because the way that the math works out, they're going to have to do a.
That's up. That's the ball.
They're obviously doing the divisional round this Friday, and then next Friday, which, if I'm doing the math correct in my head, so we're at 16. Tuesday would be 15. Or no, I'm sorry. Wednesday would be 15. Thursday would be 14. Friday would be 13. Yeah. So by the World Series program is going to be the Set 5. Only the divisional and comp and championship series are going to be the ones that are Team Affinity 4. Well, that's okay. Burner's got wheels. Yeah, he's safe.
0-1.
But I'm not going to steal again. I'll just take that stolen base and move along. I just realized that it's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea to go ahead and get someone up and warming. Come on, Castellanos, beat that out. 72 speed is not enough. Dang. Come on, I got Trey Turner in scoring position. Alright, I guess I gotta take it. Not a home run, not a extra base hit. But at least we're in a save opportunity now. Please tell me that's an extra base hit. Or, yeah, that's an extra base hit. I'll take it. Yes. Oh, is that going to be enough? He's out. He's gone. 40 speed, man. Ryan Howard, you got to get faster. You have got to get faster. Oh, well. It's still an extra base hit, so that's good. So mark that down as 6 now, so more than a third away. Yeah, I cannot wait for set 6 when that happens.
0-2. Because
that seems like that's going to be the time when all the cards are going to become available. Obviously, set 5 is going to be the finest series. It has to be. It's going to be all finest players. I don't know who we're going to get, but it's going to be a bunch of finest players. I don't know who the Mets would be. I mean, I guess it would be Pete Alonso, since I don't think they gave him a set 4 cards, and since they gave him a set 1 and a set 3 card, I guess we're gonna go set 5 as well. Although it could be Kodai Senga too. Kodai Senga could get one because he had 200 strikeouts, which is the first Mets rookie to do it since Doc Gooden.
2-2.
So Senga could get one. Well, Alvarez, he had an impressive rookie campaign with Alvarez. Strike 3, sit down. So Alvarez could get one. Let's see, we have Velez, we have Santana, and we have Polanco. Let's just do it with Brock Stewart. Who really cares? Unfortunately, they fit their lineup where they have a lefty switch hitter and a righty, so...
1-0.
Whereas mine went lefty, righty, or righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. Come on, I need extra base hits. Not these grounders. The grounders don't do me any good. Unfortunately, being the home team, that means I don't get as much time, especially if I oh, Christ. Especially if I take a lead, what I have now. You know, if I take a lead, then I only have 2 innings. That's gonna get caught. All right, so rather unproductive game. All right, let's get Brock in here. Let's get him the save.
1 ball, no strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, that's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's a ball.
Not good. Come on, Brock. Go foul, go foul. Please go foul. Please go foul. Thank you. That made me nervous. Strike 3, sit down. Like I was gonna have to come back into the bottom of the 3rd and try to win it from there. Freaking Brock nearly blowing the save for us. But that's why you need more than just 1 run. Strike 3, sit down. I forgot Ray Polanco is a switch hitter. So it's not lefty switch hitter righty that I thought it was. It was lefty switchy switchy.
1-1. Count is full.
Strike 3, sit down. At least we got the save. Also, why is my manager balding? Like, couldn't he... I don't know why I have an issue with that, but every time he takes his hat off and I see the baldness, it just kind of weirds me out. Or the balding, it just... Like, can I get another manager, please? One preferably with a head of hair, or at the very least, make him bald completely. Like, no in between. No offense to anyone who is balding. Maybe I'll eventually get there. But no, it's like, why? Why give me that? As you can see, I'm continuing to build up my collection of packs again. All right, so give me Pablo Lopez this time. Hold on, let me do that.
Nope, ball.
Sorry, I was just laughing. I'm just laughing at something I just thought about. Something I saw on TV. It's not important. Strike 3, sit down. Attaboy, Lopez. No, but actually, I don't think I ever finished up on my point about what was going on with with the championship series going on right now. Obviously, Texas really put themselves in a good hole because now you figure that they're going home to Fort Worth, and they're going to play in the Rangers Stadium. So, you know, the Rangers just put themselves in a good position where, as long as they don't allow Houston to take 2 games there, then they pretty much have this series wrapped up. Strike 3, sit down. Now, don't discount what Houston can do, because Houston could be like the Texas Rangers and take 2 games and then force it back to Houston. But that is just, that's not to say it will be easy. It will definitely be difficult. The Rangers did it, yes, but it will definitely be difficult. So,
1 and 2.
You know, we'll see what happens, but for Houston, the pressure is on them because they can't just take 1 game, they need to take 2 games. As for Arizona, they have to make sure they don't fall into the same trap that the Houston Astros have. If they allow the Phillies to take 2 games, if they allow the Phillies to take 2 games, then they're in a hole going back to Arizona. Yeah, exactly. Joe Nathan, he's kind of healthy. I don't know. You know what? We'll do Duran for the next inning. Yeah, Arizona has to take 1 game in Philly. They have to. If they don't, they're going to find themselves in a bad spot as they head home. And they don't want that. So they have to take 1 game in Philly, and then they'll be in a better spot for when they go home. Of course, they're going to have it much harder than Houston will against Texas, because if they don't, well, actually, they'll have it just as hard because they'll have to take 2 games at home, at least. Either way, if Arizona doesn't win 2 games, the series is clearly over. Hello again, O-Town. Hope that interview went well. Tommy Pham, Paul Sewald. You can't forget about Paul Sewald. Former Met right there. Oh boy, what a disaster. I was hoping for something better. That inning, but clearly I did not get it. Tommy Pham, Paul Sewald. There was a very interesting poll by, I don't know why Met fans are even interacting with this Marlins fans account, because it's one that's insulted Met fans before, and I've seen it on X. But that account put up a poll that asked Met fans what would be a worse sight: seeing Jacob deGrom or Max Scherzer, seeing deGrom and Scherzer or Verlander get a World Series ring, or see the Phillies do it. You know, you'd rather see the Rangers win it all. I mean, I'm rooting for Arizona, but if Arizona's not going to be in the World Series, then yeah, I'm kind of inclined to believe that I'll root for either Texas or Houston, because I'm not rooting for the Phillies. Yeah, that's true. They do. That's true. And they did take 2. I don't. They haven't lost a single postseason game yet, have they? team right now is on a hot streak. Yeah, they are looking strong. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to see how the World Series ends up. They could, but I don't know if Philly is gonna allow that to happen. You know, they already have the Phillies already lost to Houston last year. I'm not sure they want to do it. They want to lose in the World Series twice in a row. John Gray and Scherzer back. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. How convenient for Scherzer to come back in the ALCS, just in time to see if the Rangers actually make it to the World Series. How convenient. But anyway, this poll, like, it really posed an interesting question, but I think a lot of Met fans would agree that, and from what I saw from the poll, because I voted in it, you know, you have the Phillies are divisional rivals. Hell, they don't even like the Mets. They don't even like them. Now, much respect to Bryce Harper and everything he's done in the postseason. Like, good for him and everything. But still, the Phillies are divisional rivals, whereas the Texas Rangers or the Houston Astros, who cares? You know? Who cares? Yeah, they have Jacob deGrom. Yes, they have Max Scherzer. deGrom signed with the Rangers. The Scherzer wanted to go to a contending team. We shipped them off to Texas. So what? I don't understand what the what's the dilemma here. I feel like, you know, those people who voted for the Phillies to win it, I feel like they're still bitter about deGrom and Scherzer. It's like, come on. Really? Get over it. Honestly, I don't know if Scherzer even enjoyed... It honestly felt like Scherzer didn't really enjoy his time here in... didn't really enjoy his time here in New York. It just seemed like he was here for the money, but he wasn't really... His heart and soul really wasn't in the game for the Mets. Wow, O-Town, that's some strong words, especially for a guy who's battling mental health issues. All right, I got 2 extra base hits here, so I'm just gonna bunt. Tell everyone not to go, don't go. All right, whatever. No, I know, but that's no reason to tell him to go F himself, in essence. I know he was horrible. Okay, so...
That's a ball.
I'm not going to badmouth Trevor May, especially when he's dealing with mental health issues. I'm just not going to badmouth him. So I just wish him a happy retirement. I know he wasn't great for the Mets. Yeah, I mean, look, he's even a streamer here on Twitch. I've been in a couple of his streams. I don't think I've ever interacted with him, but I've been in a couple of his streams. Okay, that still doesn't justify saying good good riddance. The man has to deal with mental health issues. I mean, at least that's what he's saying. And like I said, I'm never going to badmouth. I'm not going to badmouth anyone, even if they were horrible for the Mets.
That's low. That's a ball.
So, look, he only pitched for 2 seasons with the Mets, and he was done. All right? It's not like he was on the team long term. He was only here for like 2 seasons and was gone. Here's the funny thing. He actually lasted longer than Scherzer did. How funny is that? He actually did 2 full seasons with the Mets. Scherzer only had 1.5. Strike 3, sit down. All right, that's the save. That should be it. He tried telling Mets fans he was good with us. You were right. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go so far as to say as he was good. I would just say that. Did you see him ripping into the A's owner? I did. Look, do you blame him? Do you honestly blame him? How many A's players wanted to say that to the A's owner? The A's owner is a jerk. Exactly. So, you know what? Good on him for finally having the courage to badmouth an owner who really doesn't give a damn. He has not given a damn about the team for a long, long time. It's like they're still hanging on to that 70s A's team and honestly, he wasn't even part of that. The owner of the A's wasn't even the owner at that time. So what the hell? What was it? That you're talking about? Are you talking about 2012, 2013, and 2014? Because the last time I remember them making the playoffs was 2014. That's the last time. All right. Actually, I can change my pitching now. Now I can change my pitching. (2018, 2019, 2020) up. I don't give a damn about 2020. 2020 was a sorry excuse. It was sad. That was a sad that was a sad season. That should have never have happened. Let's see. I need set. Yeah. Thank you, Bray. Should never have should never have happened. Any championships won that year? I mean, other than the NFL season, because that was a full season. Other than that, I don't give a damn. I don't count it. Don't count it. It doesn't count in my book. Nope. Let's see. I need set 2 or 3 of NL Central guys. Like, okay, I'll do Sonny Gray. That's fine. Sonny Gray is fine. And yeah, we'll do Corbin Burns. Let's see. Dang, I really have no AL or NL Central. Wow. This is sad. Set 2 or 3 cards. Wow. Wow. Come on, there's got to be somebody. Give me a Brewers or a Twins pitcher, for crying out loud, that's set 2 or 3. That's all I'm asking. Or even a core. A core would work. I'm sorry, I really need to... Oh, God. Come on! Oh, my God. Do I have no one from set 2 or 3 for the AL Central or NL Central? Seriously? Oh, my God, this is embarrassing. I guess, Freddie Peralta. Good enough. Good enough for me. All right. Sorry about that. I just needed to do that real quick. Bailey, I guess. Fine. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't count it. 2 years in a row. 2 years. That's it. They got 2 years in a row. 2020 was a joke. It was a complete joke.
Yeah.
Only championship that counted in my mind in 2020 was the Super Bowl, because that was played before the whole pandemic began. Although at that time, actually, like I think a week later, the cases were starting to spike in California, New York, and Texas. I think.
No, that missed.
It's hard for me to remember all the way back to that. Attaboy Marsh.
Oh. 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down. But seriously, the NBA should have just canceled it. The NHL should have just canceled their seasons. Freaking MLB should have never had a season. It was a joke. Big joke. God, 2020 sucked.
Ball.
I think I can stretch that into a double. I can. Yes, thank you, Trey Turner. For 99 speed, I will take it. Nope, get back. Oh, speaking of which, I should warm up my own pitchers. Kind of forgot about that. You know what? I think for this, I'll worry about doing the Wildcard Series, since I basically have none in this Phillies lineup. So Brock and Brazaban are the only ones that I had. I kind of forgot about that mission. So hell-bent on trying to do this one with where get extra base hits that I kind of forgot about it. I also need to remember that I gotta do home runs with the Arizona Diamondbacks. I have yet to do that. So the sooner I can get the Diamondback or the Phillies done, the sooner I can move on to the Diamondbacks. Ironically.
To that. Oh yeah. 0-2. That's the ball. 1-2. No, that missed. That's the ball. Oh. Oh, no.
You're being serious? That was a strike. Damn it. See that, because of you not calling strike 3, now I have to pitch to Springer. Thanks, jerk. What's up, cheater? How are ya? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just doing the mini seasons to get the vouchers for. Oh, you're walking home for school. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you tuning in from during your walk. Hopefully, I can make it seem a lot quicker. But right now, what we're doing is I'm doing the mini seasons for the postseason, to try to get the vouchers that I need to complete the Wildcard Series program. When are the... and out this Friday. This Friday is when they're coming out. Strike 3, sit down. Thank you, Wump. You're a jerk. So, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more Braves and Dodgers cards in that one, as well as Twins and Orioles. we may see quite a few Rangers, Astros, Phillies, and Diamondbacks in there, but I think we're going to mostly see cards from the losing teams. You want to see a Nick Castellanos card? He may very well get one. I mean, he was supercharged. I think he's gonna get one. He was supercharged for the NLDS. I forget what he did, but he was supercharged. Attaboy, Schwarber. Thank you for that extra base hit. That'll be 2 right there for the game.
Your attention, please. Now, Paul Sewell.
Ooh, Paul Sewell.
Ball. 1-0.
So we'll see which specifically which card. What do you mean?
Nope. Ball.
Are you talking about like sea level?
Tag.
Like it's dropping below sea level? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know.
Batting ninth, the catcher.
I think it's more than just New York City that might be going below sea level. I think Florida is also below sea level. I don't know. But that I guess I would say that that's reasonable to say that it's going below sea level. Yeah. Yep. I may not have a job. I mean, Florida may not be around. I'm willing to bet parts of California are not going to be around either. Denver's the smart one. They're the ones that are a mile high. They're not. They're the ones that are not going to be below sea level anytime soon. Strike 3, sit down. Quick, everyone move to Denver. You'll be safer. Look, I don't know when it's going to happen. I think it has to get into this whole political debate about climate change and everything. So I'd rather avoid that whole debate. I'd rather not engage in it. I'll say it wouldn't surprise me because I mean flooding can get very bad in New York City. It really can. I don't know if you've ever seen videos, but through 2019, through the summer, it got so bad with all the storms that were hitting New York City that the subways were getting flooded. It was bad. The gas station for what? What's in the gas station? Some snacks?
One ball, 2 strikes.
strike three, sit down. Thank you, Brazaban. Oh, gum. Okay. Yeah, gum's always good. I mean, I can't chew on gum not while I'm streaming, because that's going to be distracting enough as it is. Ugh. Obviously, no rewards there. Philly's still trying to get the extra base hits with them. Maybe some sour Skittles. Oh boy. Pucker up! They're going to be sour. Yeah, I have a feeling that, A's 18, 19, 20, then they sold. Maybe some spicy Skittles. Oh boy, unknown gamer. Spicy Skittles, ugh. Get those away from me. I want nothing to do with spicy Skittles. They'll be waiting at PV. Well, they'll be they'll be waiting there forever, O-Town. I'll never be at PV. I don't have any reason to go to PV. In the baseball press box, there is no press box. The only press box they have is for the football stadium. It's supposed to be candy and sweet, not sour. Some people like sour candy. What can I tell you? We can get inducted into the Hall of Fame. What's my favorite candy? Reese's. You will never see me pass up a good Reese's. What's a money grab? The sour candy? People like that, so... Our conversation is actually reminding me of that one episode of Jimmy Neutron where Sheen says he can handle the sour, then takes a sip of the sour that Jimmy has, and oh my god, his face just puckers up so badly. Oh my god, you would think he was trying to suck in his whole face. Favorite chocolate bar? Definitely Hershey's, and I like them especially when they have the almonds in them. Those are really good. Something nutty. Yeah, I do like Reese's Puffs, cheater, but I'm talking about the Reese's Cups. Reese's Cups. What's wrong with almonds? They're just nuts. What, you'd rather have peanuts? I mean, peanuts are good too. What's wrong with almonds? Uh-oh. This isn't good. Not off to a good start right now. I'll read that in a second. Oh, Jesus! You gotta throw it home. Throw it home. Might get banned from the stream for this candy corn. Oh, I don't care. Like, fair point. Fair point about first by 11. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm losing this one. Wow. Yep, I should have known better. Unknown gamer, I should have known better. Burt Fly11, the most overrated card in the entire game. Which is strange because years ago I used to do well with him. What's the biggest pizza you've ever eaten? Yeah, New York City definitely has the biggest slices.
2-2.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Unknown Gamer. I'm trying to build up for set 3 for Team Affinity 3 for
No ball. 1 strike.
for the AL and NL Central. Ooh, wow, that was close. Costco's pizza is the biggest you've ever eaten. I don't know how big Costco pizzas are. Yeah, but I'm definitely getting Y11 out of there. I don't even want him in there. The hell with him. The hell. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had Costco. I've never had... How do you like my steak cooked? Medium well. Medium well. None of that rare stuff. I don't want to see any pink at all in my meat. Seeing the pink meat just makes me sick. Do you like Junior Mints? No. Nope, I do not like mints at all. Nope, no blood at all. Cook that as hot as you can for as long as you can. Oh yeah, I enjoy Airheads, but I haven't had them in a long time.
Ball.
I used to get them all the time when I was at Hofstra. Ugh.
Ball.
Just that pink meat. Ugh. Excuse me. I almost threw up there. Wow, Yusei Kikuchi is literally gonna have a game against me. Jesus. All because of you, Y11. All because of you. Just slap some A1 on it, bro. You'll be fine. No pink. No pink in my meat. Keep that away from me.
Oh, 2.
Keep it away. I want nothing. A1? Nah. Nah. I've tried it and I didn't really like it. It did nothing for me. People always tell you might as well eat it raw with A1 if you're putting A1 on it.
That's a ball.
I mean, look, everyone is entitled to their own taste. It's whatever you like. I've had bad experiences with raw food. Like, raw food actually sent me to the hospital once. Not a joke. I was in the hospital because I ate raw chicken. And it was not good, believe me. So that's why I do not like rare food.
0-1.
So, you'll never see me have anything raw. Because if I end up in the hospital again, it's going to be very expensive. No, it's not good at all. Unfortunately, this is going to be a loss. What about raw egg cracked? Yeah, no, cook that. I think I'm good to go for the basketball season. All right, that's good to hear. Enjoy the Brewers. They should be good this year. My buddy in college did that. Oh, I thought you were talking about the NBA season. Oh, my bad. My bad. All right, well that's good. Enjoy your basketball season. Donation comes next week in the trick or treat program. I don't know who to expect, honestly, in the trick or treat program. I didn't even know that they were doing that. But thank you for letting me know, Unknown Gamer. You just gave me some extra content to look forward to next week. The 27th. It sounds like it's going to be the it sounds like it's going to be set 5. You're going to have the World Series program going on at that time. Well, from Thursday it's 2 weeks. So let me see here. Hold on, calendar. So that would put us on November 30, on October 31st. Or no, you're right. You're right. It would put us on November 2nd. You're right. You're right, Unknown Gamer. You're right. Do I give out? Yeah, we try, but usually these days we don't give out. We don't do a lot of trick or treaters anymore. Like, we'll have a couple from Patterson come over, but other than that, really none of us. We don't get trick or treaters anymore. Just when I was younger, we got trick or treaters all the time. But now that obviously I'm older, a lot of the kids that I grew up with ended up moving somewhere else, and all the people around here are just their parents or elderly people. So, so these days, I mean, we still give it out, but the reality is that we don't get a lot. Too many creeps on my street for little tinnies to go trick or treating. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Unknown Gamer. Strike 3, sit down. Well, I'm probably not going to get the win here unless I have some miraculous third inning comeback. But I don't think that's going to happen. So, first loss I suffer in mini seasons trying to get this. There's a house down my road that has a cop call almost every day. Oh, yeah, probably not safe. Probably not safe, so I'm sorry, man. I mean, look, what's more important to me is that the kids get their candy. Dang, I cannot believe that they are literally going to shut us out. This is sad. This is on rookie. I'm losing on rookie. Oh, Christ. This is embarrassing. Well, that's what I get for trusting Burt Blyleven, like Unknown Gamer was saying. Hey, look at that. JT Realmuto actually gets a hit for me. So at least there's that. We're not hitless. Unfortunately, he doesn't have great steal rating, so I can't steal with him. And Trey Turner's going to pop it up. And it's a home run! All right! Guys, we're back in this. We're almost back in this. Uh-oh, they brought out Romero. Romano. Yeah, I mean, I like to think that my neighborhood is rather safe, but, you know, just realized I have a fantasy draft today. Oh, well then you better take it from me. Do your fantasy draft. The biggest mistake I made was skip my fantasy draft. Let the CPU do it for fantasy football. Ready for another cracked Bryce Harper? He's gonna get one. Yeah. It's probably gonna come in the NLDS program. Or, I'm sorry, in the Divisional Series program. And Jordan better get a 125 everything card. He is on a mission. They might be saving him for the championship series. Who knows? Because even in the championship series, he's cracking. It's an 8-man league. Oh, then you're gonna have plenty. Hopefully, it's short. I guess we'll see. Strike 3, sit down. Alright, unfortunately it's going to take game 16 in order to get the voucher that I need. I don't know who to draft. Well, I don't know either, so I'm not the guy to ask, sorry.
0-2.
This one dude is a huge Bucks fan. I hope he doesn't hog every Bucks player. Well, you can always get Damian Lillard, I guess. You can always get Lillard.
He's out of there.
I mean, I'm sure Giannis is going to be like one of the first to go. I'm excited for 99 Luis Harris, but when it comes out, I stuck with him. Yeah, I wasn't too good with the Luis Harris card from set 3 myself, so I'm sure it's going to be it's going to be one of the finest cards that come out in set 5. He's the type to do that. Strike 3, stay down. Alright, come on guys, I really need runners here. Wow. Warning track, damn it. Do you think they do finest in set 5 or save it for set 6 and have retro finest? No, they're going to do all finest, both current and retro in set 5. Set 6, I believe that's going to be all the cards. Because at that point, that's probably going to happen in January 5th. So that's likely where we're not going to get any new cards. It's just going to be, okay, take all the cards. You can take all the cards you want and just make a team out of it. I think set 5 is going to be all finest. It's 3 days before Christmas. What? No, it's not. No, it's not. They gave 2 months for the finest, or they gave 2 months for every set. So if we're following along the same logic here, set 5 is going to be going into November or into January. Strike 3, sit down. There's no way it's before Christmas. Because that will be the shortest. That will be the shortest I've ever seen a set. And there's no way that it should be that short.
Here.
Strike 3, sit down. Give it the 2 months, set 6, no new cards. All right, there's no way that they can give all the sets 1 through 4 2 months, and then set 5 they give barely 2 months, like probably 50 days at best. Strike 3, sit down. That doesn't make sense to me. Wow. Well, I need to get someone up and warming. Where are you seeing this? Can you send me? Can you put in the link where you're seeing this? Is this from the MLB The Show website or something? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. Why would they only have a set go for 50 days? Please let that be an extra base hit or at the very least a home run. Thank you. After this game, go up to the top where you see six. Okay. Alright. At least I got an extra base hit with Schwarber. Sucks that we can get that pitcher to win.
No ball, 1 strike.
That must, okay, alright,
Ball, that's it.
but there should be no new cards for set 6. There really should be no new cards for set 6. It should be simply,
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
it should simply be, it should just be you build your lineup through all the cards that you've collected this year. That's the way it should be. There should not be any new cards for set 6. Would that be a home run? Come on! This is such bullshit! Now, Rick Realmuto's going to get on base, but we need to end this. I cannot allow the London Lords to sweep me. Oh my god, do not worry about Real Muto. I am not stealing with him. I will, however, try to make it up to third. Alright, deep fly ball. That's all I need. That's all I need, Brandon Marsh. Deep fly ball. Or a ground ball that will just get a base hit, and that's all we need. Thank goodness. Yeah, it sucks that Freddie Peralta couldn't get the win. Instead, it went to Balazovic. Why do you... Oh, because online, I've had success at Wrigley Field. So it's kind of like my favorite stadium to play in. Okay, hold on. Details. Alright. Yeah, it says all sets. Okay. Alright. I mean, I think that's rather weird that they only give like 40 days or 50, less than, that seems like less than 50 days to me. Let's see. 30 days, and then from there it's 18 days, so yeah, 48 days. That's all. All right. Well, thank you for pointing that out to me, Unknown Gamer. Oh, the London Lords didn't sweep me. I just lost the second game. All right. Wow. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could just go to the Rockies Stadium, and just do just get the extra base hits here. Probably should do that. Let's test it out. All right, come on, Corbin.
Count.
All right, let's see if we can get the extra base hits here. We're also probably going to have to get the... probably could have just picked it up. Anyway. That's all right, whatever.
That's the ball.
Strike 3, sit down. Mets suck, bro. Yeah, this year was not a good year for them. But at least they're rebuilding. Anyway, welcome in, Bally. Appreciate you coming in. I take it you're not a Mets fan? Because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be saying this if you were a Mets fan, although I admit they didn't have a great season. Yankees on top. Okay, so we got a Yankees fan in here. All right, whatever. I don't think the Yankees fared any better than the Mets did. Strike 3, sit down. You're going for the Rangers this postseason? Seems like everyone is, even though we stuck too. Yep. I mean, look, the problem you guys have is that you're not building around Aaron Judge. You've got the Phillies. Hey, they can make a good run too. The thing with them is, the Rangers are just hot. Rangers are hot right now. They haven't even lost a single postseason game. I mean, I don't know about Cole being his prime, but Judge is definitely there. Judge is definitely there. We legit finished with a You guys finished in the same place as we did.
0-1.
We finished in fourth. Yeah, very true. Very true. The Yankees, I don't think we're fair record though. We finished above 500. Apparently that was not good enough for the playoffs, though. So you might as well have just finished under. You might as well have finished under 500 because it wasn't enough. Look, we're just going to rebuild our farm system, all right? We're also going to sign Alonso to a long-term deal because there's no way that Steve Cohen is going to let Pete Alonso walk. Yeah, but we have the hardest division to get into the playoffs from. You've been in that division. Your team has been in that division for a long time. All right. The Mets were in a tough division too last year. You don't hear me making excuses for them. He does, Unknown Gamer. Ronnie Mauricio and Francisco Alvarez, actually, they have 27.
Ball one, no strike.
Attaboy, Schwarber. Well, right now, you guys haven't had one since 2009, so it doesn't seem like the appetite is there. At least the Mets went to the World Series in 2015. Sure, we lost. Yeah, but at least we were there. That's alright, Unknown Gamer. Yep, might as well let Corbin finish this out. See, I knew coming to Coors Field would have been the right move. Now I've got a lot of extra base hits here.
Off the plate, ball one. One ball, two strikes.
I think the Mets have a bright future. You know, the Yankees definitely have a few prospects that could be something great, but I think when you look at the Mets, their farm system is deep. Like, not gonna lie, if the Yankees bring on some lefties, because it gets Jason back partway next season, Wells, etc. Oh, I said 24 because I was thinking Montreal.
No ball, two strikes.
Canadian strep. I think the Mets just have the better farm system, and there's a lot of prospects down there that could end up being good for the Mets. You know, they could be the next Alvarez or the next Mauricio. That or the Mets go out and trade some of them for guys like Juan Soto. Or, well, I don't think this is going to happen, but, you know, Shohei Ohtani can't disregard him and the prospect of him being a Met, although I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's just going to get the biggest offer from the Mets. No one wants to get close to the O's farm system. No one gets close to the O. I didn't say we had one of the best. I didn't say we had the best farm system in the league. I said that we have a good farm system, and we do. We do have. Do you think Lindor should go? So, no, not at all. Francisco Lindor is one of the more consistent and dedicated players that the Mets have right now. He has, except for 2020 or 2021, excuse me. Except for 2021, Lindor has played over 160 games. You understand that the baseball season plays 162. So you're telling me that he missed 1 or 2 games in a season. 1 or 2 games, and that's it. So no, I don't think Lindor should go so Ronnie can get more time. Mauricio is going to get time either at second, at third, as DH. That's the beauty of having the universal DH now. You can have an extra batter. And Ronnie Mauricio can be that batter for the Mets. He can be. So, no, I don't think any player, other than maybe McNeil, should make a change. I mean, McNeil, you can have him play outfield. Attaboy, Brandon Marsh. Excuse me. We're going to warm up a little. Absolutely not. I think this is perfect. And McNeil should be the only one who should consider some kind of position change. It should only be McNeil. What's up, O-Town? Welcome back. You're almost done, right? I think that's what's going to end up happening unless they can get some outfielder. They really need to, like, their outfielders are pretty slim, and but you don't want a guy who you're going to sign long term, you know, because you still have Drew Gilbert down in the minors that you're waiting on. Marte and Nimmo, I want Marte gone.
Counts 1-0.
Yeah, I think the Mets should just get rid of Marte. Honestly, I've been saying that since last year, or this year, sorry. Marte was great for them in 2022, but 2023, he's just... Yeah, when he's healthy. He wasn't healthy last year, or this season. This is off topic, but I love McNeil Charisma card. Do you think he gets a 99? No, not this year. No, not this year. He did not do well this year. 2022, he was nasty. Of course he was. Of course McNeil was nasty last year. He had the highest batting average in the National League. In fact, in all of baseball, he had the highest batting average. Oh, you're talking about Marte. Marte was good in 2022, but this year, something was off with him. Something was off with him this year, O-Town, and I'm not sure I want him back I'm not sure if I want him back, especially if the Mets are still going to be... rebuilding. I'd rather see. I suggested that the Mets trade Marte to the Yankees for some of their prospects. That's what I said. Strike 3, sit down. Look, they needed an outfielder who was going to replace Judge, and Marte can do that. I mean, it's... I don't think anyone's better than Mookie. I would consider... Are we counting... We're counting Bryce Harper as a right fielder, correct? He's definitely better. Let's see. What the F happened to Mookie this postseason? He got hurt. He got hit with the Dodger curse. Just don't play well when they're in the playoffs. Used to be top 10, but now he's like second tier. Yeah, exactly. Why would I want second tier knowing that there's a prospect in Drew Gilbert coming up? Oh, look at that! We finished the extra base hits with the Phillies. So now we have Evan Carter. Those guys won't be up till June. If they have a good preseason, I would get them up as soon as possible. Or a good spring training, I'd get them up as soon as possible. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to play one more game with this Phillies lineup, only because I want... Look how they treated Mauricio. Should have been up in March. I know that exactly. That's my point, though. You're proving my point of that Gilbert needs to be up. If he has a great spring training, he needs to be up after this. It seems like to me they tried to make things work when they really weren't. That's what it seems like to me. They didn't want to give up. Right, so then that completely blows Marte out of proportion or out of the equation. Honestly, I trade him. I trade him this offseason. I'd be like, hey, let's... Yeah, DJ at least earned his spot. He definitely earned his spot. Obviously, Nimmo ain't going nowhere. And you're likely gonna have McNeil playing in the outfield, so that really does leave... It leaves Marte out of the equation. And by the way, when is Nimmo actually going to get a gold glove? The dude has made some spectacular catches in his career and yet has never been rewarded with a gold glove. He needs to get a gold glove. I mean, Acuna is guaranteed to get one every year. He does deserve it, I agree, but it seems like every year, no matter how great of catches he makes throughout the season, the writers are just like, nah, we'd rather give it to other guys who hit for power, even though that makes no sense. Nimmo's definitely hit for a lot more power than I expected, and honestly, I'm not so sure I'm good with that. I hope so, O-Town. Well, I don't think that technically qualifies him for Gold Glove, but he's made so many amazing catches. It's like, the dude deserves it. He really does. And it's frustrating to think that it may not happen again. And I think the reason for that is the baseball writers are going to look at the Mets and say, well, they sunk this year, so he might not deserve it. You know? Really? That went foul? Dang. Only getting better out there. As a fielder, yes, absolutely. As a batter, I really would rather him on base. I'd like to see him improve his base running. I'd like to see him get more base or get more stolen bases. That's what I'd like to see from him. I mean, can you imagine if he has the on-base percentage that he's had over the years and has the speed and steal base rating that Jose Reyes had? Oh my God, that dude would be freaking amazing. More amazing than he already is. But again, my biggest fear is that writers are going to pass him up because they're going to look at the Mets and say, well, they didn't do well, so can we really reward someone on a team that didn't do well? That's my biggest concern. And I hate that. I really do.
Leading off for Cairo, the center fielder, A.J.
So I hope I'm wrong, and I hope Nimmo does get the Gold Glove like he rightfully deserves. But I have a feeling he's just not going to get it. Strike 3, sit down. All because of overall team play, not because of individual performance. Just give the dude a Gold Glove. Do it, and I'll be happy. And I'll never bring up this subject again. Strike 3, sit down.
Your attention, please. Now, Nathan.
Get Brock Stewart up and warming. Oh, I should throw in Paul Sewald, too. Should throw him in.
0-1.
Yeah, I forgot about Sewald. He needs to be in too. Please, just give me home runs. I just want home runs.
Ball 1.
Because I don't think anyone, and none of my guys have a home run right now. Oh, that's the Cairo Cats. Yeah, exactly. No one has a home run. I'm like 2 home runs away, and then I can focus on the Diamondbacks. Alright. Well, get Brock Stewart in here. Let's finish this game out. Strike 3, sit down.
That's a ball. I got 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down. And we're chugging along here, guys. Chugging along.
Oh, that brings it out.
Strike 3, sit down. Unfortunately, no home runs there, but I mean, what can you do? So let's see. How many is that? Okay, so I need 1 more win to get the 3rd voucher. Playing at Coors Field again, because I am determined to complete the home runs and get the mission done with the Phillies. I do that, and then I can turn my attention towards the Arizona Diamondbacks.
No ball, 2 strikes. There you go.
Strike 3, sit down. See you, Jeter. We'll see what happens. I mean, to me, it seems like the NL MVP race is down to Acuna or Mookie, and both have made a very favorable case towards it. And the other thing, too, that's hard to separate them from is that both of their teams were eliminated in the NLDS. So it's like, how do you make an overall case? You know, you have Acuna with the first 30-70 season in baseball, and then you have Mookie, who's just had a phenomenal regular season all around. Over the wall, no.
Ball, that's inside.
Alright, I'll take that. I need home runs, though. I don't care how much of an offensive onslaught I'm going to have to create here. I need home runs. Well, that's stunk. Okay. At least that's only one out. Can always be another one. Or another home run. Another batter who hits a home run. Like maybe Aiden Miller here. Nope. But he will get that run in, so there's that. Yeah, we'll have a little come in for the save. If it gets that far. It may not. But geez, see, I seem to have no problem getting extra base hits now. When I come to Coors Field and my hope is that I'm going to blast home runs left and right. Apparently that's not going to be the case.
1-1.
I just need two. Two. That's all I need. Is two. Knocked that pitcher out. Unfortunately, they brought in a guy who isn't really going to be giving up a lot of home runs at this point. Case in point. So I guess we'll keep going with Aubert. Oh, yeah, I thought he was gonna go to third, but when I realized that he wasn't, then they simply just go to
Nope, ball one.
Just hold the ball and get ready to go to second.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
There we go. Strike 3, sit down.
All one's the count. One ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down.
On 1. On 2.
Of course. The little screening protected it. Well, the little screening protected the fans from that ball. Alright, well, here's another shot right here to get 2 home runs. And I need 2 home runs.
The catcher.
I can't believe JT Realmuto has that high average. Please let that be gone. Dang! When are these gonna be gone? I just need 2 home runs. I come to the one ballpark that should be easy to get these home runs. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty. And yet I still can't hit home runs. Maybe I should just power swing. Power swing might get me the home run.
He's out.
Yeah. Yep, PS5. I mean, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed a PS5. I've had one since 2021, when they were hard to come by. I definitely overpaid for it, but you know what? In the long run, it was worth it to me. Yeah, they're gonna call me out. Wow! I power swung, check swung. I checked on a power swing, and somehow I am not called for a strikeout. I've never had that. I've rarely had that happen for me before.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
But of course, nowadays, O-Town, everything is cross-play, so it doesn't really matter if you get the Xbox or the PlayStation. It's all cross-play. Hell, even the Nintendo Switch, you can do cross-play. I'm not going to be stealing with Brendan Marsh. Yeah, so it doesn't honestly matter. Not to mention, if you're looking at MLB The Show, remember they've been on Xbox since 2021. You're a PlayStation guy, as am I. The only time I was not a PlayStation guy was 2010 up until my freshman year of high school. That was when I was on Xbox 360. Yeah, me too. It's just all the YouTube videos that I was watching on of gameplay for all the sports titles like NCAA football and Madden and all that were all Xbox. So when it was MLB 2K, yeah, MLB 2K10. I actually have it for PlayStation right here. Hold on. See? Got it for PlayStation. Evan Longoria on the cover. Oh, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Thank you. I used to play NCAA basketball 10 with Blake Griffin on the cover. I actually have this. I have NCAA 08 with Kevin Durant on the cover. Although I hardly ever play it. Yeah, I know. I had there's a little old gaming store in Pompton Plains that it's called Level 1 Games. And that's where I usually go to get all my games, or all my old games anyway. Yeah, they were. They're like nostalgic, you know. And then I play MLB 2K10, and I'm like, why the hell did I even like this game? And then I go on YouTube, watch Nada's fan do the Joe Broadway series, and then I'm like, oh yeah, because I was inspired by this guy. I remember they had an NCAA game with Tim Lincecum on the... Was that NCAA baseball, or MVP 07 NCAA baseball? Is that the one you're talking about? Please let that be a home run. Yes, around that time. It's funny because, hold on. I have MVP 06 NCAA baseball. I don't know who's on the cover. It's someone from Texas. But other than that, that's the only NCAA baseball game that I have. So yeah, dude, you want to see my stack of old PlayStation 2 games that I have right here. Hell, I have MVP Baseball 2004 and 2005 in there. MVP Baseball 2005 though is hard for it. I would enjoy it if it actually worked, but at times it would not work. It would be very slow for me, so it's kind of like I kind of have to. I only get to play maybe a couple games here and there before it ends up freezing on me. I think it's just a bad CD. If I were to go to that level one game store in Pompton Plains, if I ever go there again, you know, I'll see if they have it, but it's very rare to come across it with no scratches. In fact, this one that I picked up was in a Goodwill store. So, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. I could have had it for the PC. I could have bought it for the PC. But but that was long ago, and I think I went for something else at the time. My aunt was like, okay, Jeffrey, you can either have this game or you could have that. So which one do you want? And it was that, because I think it was a like a compilation of EA Sports games. So, you know, to this day, I still regret that I did not get it, because it's out. And from what I played of MVP Baseball 05 or 2005, one of the best baseball video games out there. Hard off at 6. Yep. So this will likely be my last game. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't trust Burt Blyleven. I don't trust him, especially after that one game. So, not going to trust him here. All right, my hope is that I could get home runs, since the walls are not really that high. Wow, come on, Trey. Yeah, they were awesome. I love the fact that I've been able to keep them all in good condition. Hell, I even have the both Bigs games. I don't know if you remember the Bigs, but I have both of them. I have the Bigs and Bigs 2. Those were awesome games. A lot better than I think a lot of people give them credit for, especially like on the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. They actually had the Bigs 2 was great. They actually had a story with that. It was awesome. Isn't that the game where you could punch the first baseman? I played it. No, you're thinking of Slugfest. You're thinking of Slugfest. No, I'm talking about where you build up a score, like an arcadic score, and then if you got to 100,000 points, then you can either choose to use the big tower or the big key.
Number 60.
And basically, you could either hit home runs under that. You could either hit home runs, or you could have strikeouts that would take away an opponent's score. Yeah, Prince Field or Justin Morneau was on the cover, at least for PlayStation 2. He was on the cover for the Bigs, and then for the Bigs 2 across all platforms, it was Prince Fielder. I have both of them. Although I'm definitely partial to the Bigs, because that was the first game that I played, the Bigs. And then Bigs 2, I mean, it was just better on PS3 or Xbox because it had the story. It also had that wheelhouse zone where if the pitcher threw a mistake pitch there, you could power swing, belt it, and basically it would be gone. That's the thing I liked about the Bigs 2. But the first Bigs game is always going to be partial to me. Strike 3, sit down. I also have,
Your attention, please. Now,
hold on.
take this.
Let's see. Did you play backyard baseball? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's funny because I have a friend. He doesn't stream anymore, but when he did stream during the pandemic, he was streaming that game, backyard baseball. Although I think he had it for 2000. I think he streamed 2003, so that was with Mike Piazza on the cover as a kid. I used to put the... Yep, absolutely. That's what I did too. Oh my gosh. Finally? Maybe? No. Now all these computers that don't have CD drives or anything, you can't play those old games on them. I've tried, believe me. I still remember my days that I used to play MVP Baseball 2004. This was the first professional sports game that I played, which is why I'm partial to it. But I used to play that on the computer, and not with the controller. No, I didn't have the controller at the time. I actually had to use the keyboard in order to play the game. And that was not easy, let me tell you. That was not easy at all. Hitting Kawaguchi. Pablo Sanchez, the secret weapon. You always had to draft him first. I was also very partial to the Khan brothers, Ahmed and Amir.
Ball, that's in.
I just love their walk-up songs.
That's the ball. Ball.
And then of course when they started adding the Major League Baseball players in there, I always went for Mike Piazza. Strike 3, sit down. I always went for him.
Take one.
And then I'm trying to think, who else did I go for?
Nope. Ball.
Pete Wheeler. I always used to go for Pete because he was just fast. And I needed someone who was going to be fast.
1 ball, no strike.
But yeah, every backyard sport you can imagine, I had it on the PS or on the PC. So I had obviously backyard baseball. I had backyard
1 ball, 2
soccer.
strikes.
I had backyard hockey. I had backyard football. And backyard basketball too.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Those were the days. Those were the days. Well, that stunk. I much imagine I'd be having this much trouble
It's 0-1.
against the trying to hit the home runs with the Diamondbacks as I am having with the Phillies right now.
That's inside. Ball.
the right fielder, number 8, Nick Castellanos.
Oh and 1.
Oh, come on. Let that be a home run. Just let it be. Wow! Come on!
Now
That
back,
stunk.
first baseman, Ryan Howard.
Got it.
Alright.
Your attention,
Bring in Brock Stewart and let's end this.
Brock.
This is going to be a long grind to get the Phillies
Nope,
home
that's in.
runs.
Back one.
All for that stupid Diamond Duos pack that I may not even get anything out of it. Strike 3, sit down. The funny thing is, I might even end up already having the cards. After all, I have the Diamond Duos packs in my, I have the Diamond Duos pack, or a lot of Diamond Duos packs in my card collection, or in my pack collection, excuse me. Strike 3, sit down.
Cut.
Uh-oh. Alright, let that be a ground rule double.
Open it, Sam. Second base.
Of course, they're going to put Sam Freeland there. This feels like the same Brewers lineup that I was constructing when I had to do the on bases.
No, that missed. Here. 1 and 2.
Strike 3, sit down. Alright, at least we got that done. Or, we won that game. No home runs, unfortunately. And we did not level up. But we are getting closer with the postseason series. And That actually reminds me, before I sign off here, I need to put some of the guys in here. Take out Joe Nathan. Let's see. Yeah, like I have Trevor McGill here. I have Kevin Ginkel. Paul Sewald's there. I don't need the Twins anymore, so I can take out, other than for set 2. Alright, well, that's that. Please take out Y11, please. Isn't there somebody else who could possibly take Y11 out of here? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. So that sucks. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for me. So thank you to everyone who tuned in, even if it was only for a moment. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you liked the video and have a... You too, O-Town. I hope that you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTVNextGG1024. It's my gamer tag that's in the upper left there, so go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start up a stream. So overall, we made some progress today, not a whole lot. But tomorrow I expect to do the same thing, grinding mini seasons, trying to get these wins, because that's really the only way we're gonna get these get this program done, is we got to get those vouchers. So far we have 3, but we need 2 more. So hopefully it's not a long grind, and the rest of it will just be spent trying to get AJ Pollock. But we'll see how that goes. So I hope you'll tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.